The Protection of Children from Sexual Offences Act. Let's know more about internet cookies. Toto Shabd Sangraha, a dictionary, has been compiled to save a language from extinction. What is Sualp Saptah? The Five Eyes Intelligence Alliance. M.S. Swaminathan, the man of science and humanity. Economic Advisory Council to the Prime Minister. Tobacco warning norms for OTT. eCabinet system. The Law Commission recently advised the government not to change the existing minimum age of consent under the Protection of Children from Sexual Offences POCSO Act. It is the first comprehensive law in India dealing specifically with the sexual abuse of children enacted in 2012. It is administered by the Ministry of Women and Child Development. Objective: the act was designed to protect children aged less than 18 from sexual assault, sexual harassment, and pornography offences and provide for the establishment of special courts for the trial of such offences and related matters and incidents. Salient features: General neutral law. The POSCO Act establishes a general neutral tone for the legal framework available to child sexual abuse victims by defining a child as any person under the age of 18. It defines various types of sexual abuse, such as penetrative and non penetrative assault, as well as sexual harassment and pornography. It considers a sexual assault to be aggregated in certain circumstances, such as when the abused child is mentally ill or when the abuse is committed by someone in a position of trusted authority over the child, such as family members, etc. People who traffic children for sexual purposes are also punishable under the provisions relating to abetment in the Act. The attempt to commit an offense under the Act has been made liable for the punishment for up to half the punishment prescribed for the commission of the offense. In the digital realm, cookies help in personalization and user convenience and also play a pivotal role in shaping any online experiences. Cookies contain tiny amounts of data about users in text files that act like a website's memory. As soon as we use a server, tiny amounts of data start getting stored inside a cookie. The website uses it to identify users and their devices, which also stores these cookies. Whenever a user visits the same website, the cookies identify him or her and make it show relevant information. Types of cookies: session cookies. These are temporary cookies like post it notes for websites. They are stored in your computer's memory only during your browsing session. Once you close your browser, they vanish. These can help websites remember your actions as you navigate, like items in your shopping cart. Persistent cookies. These are digital equivalent of bookmarks. They stay on your device after your browsing session ends. Persistent cookies remember your login information, language preferences, and even the ads you have interacted with. They are handy for a more personalized web experience. Secure cookies. These are only sent over encrypted connections, making them safer from the prying eyes. Secure cookies are often used for sensitive data like login credentials. They act as digital ID cards, aiding in user authentication by allowing websites to recognize and keep you logged in during your visit. They foster a sense of personalization, recalling your preferences such as language choice or website theme. They function as a digital equivalent of a persistent shopping cart, ensuring that items you have added online remain there when you return. Toto Shabda Sangraha. A dictionary has been compiled to save a language from extinction. It is a Sino Tibetan language spoken by the tribal Toto people and is written in Bengali script. A prominent community member, Dhaniram Toto, developed a script as recently as in 2015. It is spoken barely by 1,600 people living in parts of West Bengal bordering Bhutan. The dictionary has been compiled by Bhakta Toto, a bank employee cum poet, and published jointly by the Trust and Bhasha Samsad. The dictionary is a step in the direction of preserving the language alive, so far only orally, by putting its vocabulary in print. Toto words to be translated into Bengali and English will be composed in Bengali script, considering that Toto script is still in a nascent stage and members of the tribe are more familiar with the Bengali script. Prime Minister is set to inaugurate a unique week-long initiative, Sualp Saptah, at Bharat Mandap, New Delhi. It is linked to the effective implementation of the Aspirational Blocks Program ABP to implement the ABP and prepare an effective block development strategy. Brainstorming sections were organized at village and block levels across the country. The Sankalp Saptah is the culmination of these brainstorming sessions. Sankalp Saptah will be observed in all 500 aspirational blocks. Each day in Sankalp Saptah will be dedicated to a specific development theme on which all aspirational blocks will be working. The inaugural program will witness the participation of about 3,000 panchayat and block level people's representatives and functionaries from across the country at the Bharat Mandap. ABP was launched on January 7, 2023 on the lines of Aspirational District Program that was launched in 2008 and covers 112 districts across the country, enhancing governance and improving the quality of life in 500 aspirational blocks spanning 329 districts across India. Over half of these blocks are in six states: Uttar Pradesh, Bihar, Madhya Pradesh, Jharkhand, Odisha, and West Bengal. It will be attained by converging existing schemes, defining outcomes, and monitoring them on a constant basis, enabling holistic development in areas that require added assistance. The recent allegations by Canadian Prime Minister Justin Trudeau linking the killing of Hardeep Singh on Canadian soil to the Indian government have put the spotlight on the Intelligence Sharing Alliance Five Eyes or FVEY. It is a multilateral intelligence sharing network shared by over 20 different agencies of five English speaking countries: Australia, Canada, New Zealand, the United Kingdom, and the United States. It is both surveillance based and signals intelligence. Intelligence documents shared between the member countries are classified as secret ISIS only, which gave the group its name Five ISIS. The alliance between the US and the UK evolved around the Second World War to counter the Cold War Soviet threat. The two countries, which had successfully deciphered German and Japanese codes during the World War, forged a collaboration to share intelligence related to signals such as radio satellite and internet communications. In the aftermath of the war in 1946, the alliance was formalized through an agreement for cooperation in signals intelligence. The treaty called British US Communication Intelligence Agreement, now known as UK USA Agreement, was signed between the State Army Navy Communication Intelligence Board of US and the Land and Signal Intelligence Board of Britain. Its scope was limited to communication intelligence matters only, related to unrestricted exchange of intelligence products in six areas: collection of traffic, acquisition of communication documents and equipment, traffic analysis, cryptanalysis, decryption and translation, and acquisition of information regarding communication organizations, practices, procedures, and equipment. September 25, 1524, Vasco da Gama came to India for the last time as Viceroy. September 27, 1998, Google, the world's largest search engine, was launched. Dr. M.S. Swaminathan, the legendary agriculture scientist, has passed away, but his legacy remains with every student and scientist of agriculture. He is most widely known for working with Norman Borlaug to usher in the Green Revolution in India in the mid 1960s when India was facing back to back droughts. The Green Revolution was an endeavor initiated by Norman Borlaug in 1960s. He is known as the father of Green Revolution in the world. It led to him winning the Nobel Peace Prize in 1970 for his work in developing high-yielding varieties of wheat. In India, the Green Revolution was mainly led by S. Swaminathan. The Green Revolution resulted in a great increase in production of food grains, especially wheat and rice, due to the introduction into developing countries of new HYV seeds. Its early dramatic successes were in Mexico and the Indian subcontinent. The Green Revolution, spreading over the period from 1967 to 1978, changed India's status from a food deficient country to one of the world's leading agricultural nations. Some dreams of Swaminathan remain unfulfilled regarding pricing policies and profitability of farmers. A member of Economic Advisory Council to Prime Minister recently said India will soon have the capability to issue 1 lakh patents in a year. It is an independent body constituted to give advice on economic and related issues to the government of India, specifically to the Prime Minister. It was set up for the first time in September 2017 with a term of 2 years. The terms of reference, analyzing any issue, economic or otherwise, refer to it by Prime Minister and advising him thereon, addressing issues of macroeconomic importance and presenting views thereon to Prime Minister. These could be either suo motu or on reference from Prime Minister or anyone else, attending to any other task as may be decided by the Prime Minister from time to time. EACPM is headed by a chairperson and consists of eminent economists as members. It is supported in its function by a team of officials and administrators. There is no fixed definition of the exact number of members and staff of EACPM. It is common for the council to be reconstituted time and again with different organizational structures headed by various economists who are of recognized international eminence. For administrative, logistic planning, and budgeting purposes, Niti Aayog serves as the nodal agency for EACPM. The government started facing a strong pushback from streaming giants such as Netflix, Amazon, etc. after the new rules on tobacco warning came into force on September 1. As a result, it is working to find pragmatic solutions to OTT industry's concerns over the practicability of order mandating display of anti-tobacco warning. Warning on OTT platform. One of the biggest steps is implementing warnings on OTT platform content when actors are seen using tobacco products. Cigarette and Other Tobacco Products Act 2003. It regulates the advertisement, promotion, and sponsorship of tobacco products prohibits smoking in public places, mandates prominent and graphic pictorial health warnings on tobacco product packaging, and sets rules for the sale of tobacco products to minors. Tobacco advertising and promotion. Direct and indirect advertising of tobacco products as well as tobacco sponsorship of events are regulated to discourage tobacco consumption. Indian government has periodically increased taxes on tobacco products to make them less affordable and discourage consumption. National Tobacco Control Program. India established NTCP to implement tobacco control strategies at the national, state, and district levels. The program focuses on awareness generation, capacity building, and strengthening enforcement mechanisms. Tripura Chief Minister launched an eCabinet system at Agartala to promote digital infrastructure development and digitalization of government services and information. eCabinet is a powerful software portal for state governments to conduct cabinet meetings electronically and online mode. It is developed by National Information Center, Ministry of Electronics and IT. Tripura has become the fourth state and second in northeast after Uttarakhand, Uttar Pradesh and Arunachal Pradesh to have introduced an e-cabinet system. It maximizes the usage of technology in meetings and reduces paper use. It automates workflow activities of meeting before, during and after. It is designed for smart tablets with rich UI and UX elements for ease of use. Push and pull mechanism built in portal ensures high security needed for cabinet matters. Build institutional memory and knowledge repository, enabling quick search and retrieval. For virtual meetings, eCabinet is integrated with Bharat VC solution of NIC. Arati Saha was an Indian long distance swimmer. She was best known for becoming the first Asian woman to swim across the English Channel on 29 September 1959 when she was 19 years old. In 1960, she became the first Indian sportswoman to be awarded the Padma Shri, the fourth highest civilian honor in India. In 1999, the Department of Post introduced a postage stamp of her which was 3 rupees denomination. In 1996, a bust of Ardi Saha was erected near her residence. The 100-meter long lane in front of the bust was renamed after her. On the day that would have been her 80th birthday in 2020, she was featured as a Google Doodle.